What's going on, guys? Antonio here. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up for me, and let's get into it. All right, so we're on Forbes, and apparently we have a new #1 album in the country. Eminem stops Taylor Swift from making history for the first time in months. Taylor Swift doesn't rule the Billboard 200. The singer had been running the show on the most important albums chart in the U.S. since early May. She faced tough competition from a number of superstars, but one of the most successful rappers ever turned out to be the one who ended her winning streak. Eminem debuts his new album, The Death of Slim Shady, Coup de Grâce, at #1 on this week's Billboard 200, and the hip-hop powerhouse launches his latest set atop the tally. He stops Taylor Swift from making history. Now, what were they were trying to do? They were trying to see if Taylor Swift could become the most successful solo artist to have the most weeks at the top of the Billboard 200. I had to do some research. The person that has the most consecutive weeks on top of the Billboard top 200 is actually Harry Belafonte, which I did not know. Harry Belafonte, I think the album was released in 1956. It's called Calypso. Some of those songs were featured in Beetlejuice, like Day-O and Jump in the Line. Yeah, it's like, so those songs, Harry Belafonte, 1956, released Calypso. That album stayed at #1 in the United States for 20 consecutive weeks. As I was doing some research for this, I found out a lot of stuff. So that's one record. I also looked up, now she tied Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston, her 1985 debut album, Whitney Houston, was #1 for 11 consecutive weeks. I know Michael Jackson's brother Jermaine is actually listed as one of the producers on that. So the Whitney Houston album from 1985 stayed #1 for 11 straight weeks. Taylor tied her and then passed her last week with her 12th week at #1. And then, of course, Eminem dropped The Death of Slim Shady, and now he has the #1 album in the country. Congrats to M. I listened to Death of Slim Shady. I thought it was okay. There's a track on there called Fuel that has what's the guy Jid or JID. I don't listen to him, but he was fantastic. I actually want to look more of his music up. He signed to J. Cole's label, but that song Fuel was the best for me. Fuel was the best song on Death of Slim Shady. It's a timeless, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a song that I think could stay in any time period. If you could take Eminem's best tracks from all his albums and put it on like a greatest hits, that song Fuel is outstanding. And he also remixed Jelly Roll's Somebody, I don't know if you can call it a remix. He took Somebody Save Me from Jelly Roll. I got to meet Jelly Roll, what was it, around 2011. I was working as a manager at a Mapco in Murfreesboro, and Jelly Roll came in. He was still doing rap then. And I saw him. He came in to, use the restroom and get some gas and stuff. And me and him talked for a few minutes. I said, man, I recognize you. I said, I follow you on MySpace. And he was like, oh, good looking, man. Shook my hand. He was a real nice guy. Jelly Roll. So to see him, come up like that, Jelly Roll's he was super, super nice. And I was talking to him about another friend of his, guy named Big Schmo. Some of you may have seen Big Schmo's old reality TV show he used to have on A&E, but he was doing that country rap thing too. So, and Jelly Roll was like, "Oh yeah, Schmo's my homie. That's my guy, man." And, like me and Big Schmo chopped it up. Big Schmo used to come in my store all the time. I used to talk to him 2 or 3 times a month. He would stop in, and because my old store was down. There's a restaurant called the Slick Pig, and if you saw Big Schmo's reality show, he actually ate at the Slick Pig barbecue on one of the episodes, and I was like, it was right up the road from my store. So I was like, yeah, but yeah, like I said, he had that Somebody Save Me song with Jelly Roll. I thought Fuel was on there. He's got a song on there called Brand New Dance, and I was looking in the album. There was some articles written about Death of Slim Shady, and Brand New Dance, apparently the original title of the song was Christopher Reeves. That song was written back in like 2003 or whatever. It was supposed to be on Encore. So Eminem kept this record for like 20 years. They took the album off of Encore. They took Christopher Reeves off of Encore because right before Encore debuted, Christopher Reeves actually died. So, because he had kind of made fun of Christopher Reeves' accident on the Marshall Mathers LP. So, I think he was just trying to shock everybody. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna go back and get at Christopher Reeves again. And then Christopher Reeves actually died, and they were like, hey man, take that song off the album. So he took the song off the album, kept it for 20 years, and then he changed the title of the song to Brand New Dance. It's not a bad song, but it sounds really outdated. Like I said, Christopher Reeve been dead 20 years. People got mad at me when I talked about his Houdini video. And I talked about it seemed like Eminem was kind of using outdated references. He's wearing the Bud Light shirt. He made a Megan Thee Stallion joke, even though the Megan Thee Stallion incident had happened like 3 years ago and stuff. And I was like, man, this is kind of weird. So he kept a 20-year-old record and put it on. He just changed the name of it. Like I said, that song Fuel, though, is definitely worth a listen. I thought it was strong. But I like Eminem. He was just in London with Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. I saw LeBron James was there. LeBron James and the Olympic team they're playing all those exhibition games, even though they don't seem to be as good as I thought they were going to be. But LeBron James came to see Dre and Snoop at the Gin and Juice show. Idris Elba from The Wire was there. Actually, go on my community page. I posted some of those photos if you want to check those out. It looked like it was a fun show. But congratulations, Eminem's one of my favorite. But I thought Death of Slim Shady was just okay. It's not a bad album by any means. Eminem can definitely still rap, but it just doesn't. It seems like if that album had dropped like 15 years ago, it would have seemed like it was more relevant. But again, congratulations to M to have another, the fact that he was able to take Taylor off the number one spot, that's impressive, because Billie Eilish dropped like a month ago or whatever, and they were thinking she was going to debut at number one, and she ended up coming in number two. Like I said, Calypso still 20 consecutive weeks at number one. That record still holds. I saw the Bodyguard soundtrack 17 consecutive weeks at number one. That's obviously Whitney Houston, but it's a soundtrack. The album soundtrack, non-soundtrack, with the most consecutive weeks at number one is the Bee Gees soundtrack to Saturday Night Fever, 24 consecutive weeks. So I looked all that stuff up. But yeah, like I said, Taylor Swift did her thing for 12 weeks, and Tortured Poets Department is a really good album. There's a couple of tracks on there like Down Bad that I just absolutely love, that I've listened to like on repeat for like 50 hours straight. But yeah, again, check out Tortured Poets Department. Check out Death of Slim Shady if you like Eminem. Get in the comments. We are so close to hitting 3,000 followers. So I need you. I want you. Facebook, Instagram. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. All at Ikari Press. Type in IkariPress.com. It will take you to my comic book brand, Way of the Gun. I've got the link to that and my Gumroad in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm out.